Rotary, they've been around a very long time, and I have had an experience with a few of their pieces, but this stood out to me because there's an old man buried deep inside me. Oh my God. Not literally. No, this is a watch from the 50s. It's 50s inspired design. Is this watch any good? Stick with me and you'll find out. Oh, look, lovely little watch this is. This is the Rotary London Gents Dress Style watch, and oh, I had to get it because I love a tank watch. One of my dream dress watches is a Cartier tank, and I can't afford the thousands of pounds. So I thought, what can I get for around 100, which is gonna similar sort of vibe to it, but again, that's not much money really for this kind of watch. Is this any good? You're gonna find that out after I've gone through the stats and the specs. I mean, the model number's a bit weird. It's GS 90989-32, so I call it the Rotary London Gents Dress Watch. That's more appropriate. I got this for £105, you know. Got this from Watch Shop. I'm not sponsored by them. It's just they just seem to do a lot of really good prices, to be fair. RRP is actually 300, and some places are actually still charging 300. Some places are charging 200. Prices vary wildly. So knowing you can get it for just over 100, I wouldn't spend much more than that. It's a 40mm case size, but the way I measure that is lug to lug. It's actually 28 wide. Lug's 20mm wide. A lot of places say 19, but no, it literally is 20. Height is slim. They say 8, but it's actually, I measure it at 7.2. It's even slimmer than what they say on the stats, and that's curved sapphire. Curved. How nice. Not domed. How unusual, especially at this price. Difficult to find an actual reliable figure for the actual waterproof rating. Some places say 50, some places say 100, but as dress watches go, it is amazing. Normally they're literally take them off if you're going to wash your hands kind of thing. This is fine. All polished, very nice indeed. Push-pull crown, says Swiss made, but the truth be told is that's Swiss assembled, they should say. But that doesn't sound as good. So a lot of these pieces and components, including the movement in here, which I think is a Ronda, forgive me, I just couldn't find the information. It's a nightmare. I didn't want to take all the back off to do it because it's just too shiny and beautiful. I didn't want to dismantle it just for that. Yeah, no seconds hand, just hour and a minute, but she's perfectly appropriate for a dress watch, and it's lovely, says Rotary, lovely raised sort of logo going there, and same with the word London. But as you can see, look at the polishing on the hands. It's not actually that, it's a little bit untidy. It's not perfectly polished up. It's almost, you can see a bit of imperfections going on there. Don't be fooled by this Swiss made malarkey. Very thin strap, but nice, soft, very soft, supple leather. Genuine leather, not fake leather, genuine. And lovely bit of stamping there. Rotary London. A lot of history of Rotary. Check out some of my other videos. I've done a video with Rotary, and I've gone a little bit more depth about Rotary, so I don't need to repeat myself. Do check out my other videos. I'd say if you've never had a Rotary before, some of them incredibly surprising. And I had to get this in just because I wanted to see if this was one of them. Let's discuss this watch. You've got the stats and the specs as best I can give them to you. And now we're going to discuss the likes and the dislikes and things I think they could do a little bit better with this piece. So what do I like? Well, this 50s styling. Again, the use of the different font, just the design of the case, you know, with the with the indices on here. And this sort of faux linen dial. That's a Pro and a Con here. You can just about see it. I've got pictures coming up to show you in better light. In some lights it's really obvious. It's lovely. Again, it's a faux linen. I like and I dislike at the same time. Price I like, £100 is a lot more appropriate for this because it is a quartz watch and it's a dress watch. You're not going to wear it that often. Great office watch though as well. It work really well with most attire. Look how slim it is. Because it's curved, it conforms to your wrist. It literally feels just like, because it only weighs 40 grams, you don't even notice it on your wrist. So that's another positive. I do like a comfortable watch. And I like the strap actually, the sort of crocodile effect. A bit glossy though. You could tone it down a bit. I'll show you actually in a bit on something else. If you don't want this sort of glossier look, you get something that transforms it a little bit more. It goes with the vintage look, which is the main reason why I like this, because it's something just classy and a bit different. But there are unfortunately a few negatives, so let's just have a chat about those. Although slim, there's something deceptively unusual about this chunk. It's slightly chunky, if you know what I mean. It's got like these parts of the case all just seem a bit uniformly chunky. There's nothing to help maybe break it up a bit. There's not a change in consistency with the material going around the dial. It could have had a little extra sort of detail ridge or something, or a chamfer maybe somewhere. It's just a bit sort of bulbous looking. I know it's a vintage watch to sort of look like it's from the 50s, but it does look a little bit plain. I don't know why. It needs something a little bit more. If it had a better linen dial, that could have helped give the dial some real depth and texture. Whereas this is a little bit flat, and this light is really hard to pick out any of that extra texture. I think you want it under light to really look even better. It just looks a bit lost, you know, a bit washed out. Is this vintage too far? Have they not tried hard enough? Could they have gone a bit better and somehow found a way of putting a manual wind movement in there? If they're originally charging 300 for this, I'd have expected an automatic movement or something, maybe a manual wind to hark back to those days where everything was manual wind. They could have tried a bit harder rather than just bung a cheap Swiss quartz in there and charge a fortune for it. They could have done a bit better with how this was powered, and maybe as well had a second hand somewhere. But overall, it is an attractive watch and perfect for a dressier kind of piece with minimalistic sort of styling. If you don't like this strap, let's see what it looks like on something else. Here it is on my suede, which I sell in my store, and black suede, I must say, I think this is the one, because black is just, keeps it simple, it's perfect for a dressier watch, and the suede just takes it down a notch, softens it up a bit. You know, it's something that you don't have to have that glossy effect with, you know, it just lets the watch pop. You know, the watch has got the gloss and the sparkle, and then the strap just brings it back down, but then you've got the polished hardware to sort of go with the polished case. So that's a winner. So would I recommend this watch? Well, you know me, I generally get a watch in if I already like the look of it, and I'm likely to recommend it because I don't buy watches in just for the hell of it. I buy watches in which just interest me, and this is interesting because Rotary do have the tank watches. But this is one that sort of goes back to that vintage era. And I just think that's why this works, and it's just so pretty and elegant, works so well for that kind of watch. And now we can start going out again more, hopefully in your country. If you're watching this somewhere else, you can go out a bit and you think, you know what, it'd be nice to have something I can wear for a nice little dinner out with the missus or whoever. And you want to wear something that's just a bit understated and classy, or you maybe finally start to go to weddings again and parties and things. This is a great watch for that, just something classy, elegant, simple. I do recommend it. Thanks for sticking with me, guys. I hope you enjoyed my take on this Rotary. I saw it and I just thought I have to share it with you guys. I just felt compelled, and I think it's a gorgeous little dress watch for not too much money. It's got a nice little bit of styling to it, and I think it'd be a worthy addition to the collection. It's not too much money. So if you've enjoyed this video as much as I've enjoyed making it and sharing it with you guys, just give it a thumbs up, and I look forward to seeing you again in the near future. And don't forget to hit the old subscribe button if you fancy seeing me again, and it's a bit easier for you to find all my other videos. So yeah, thanks again. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.